Welcome, sweet friends, to the channel Frugal Money Saver. My name is Emmy. My husband is Paul. We're so happy you have joined us. For those of you who are new here, Paul and I are an early retirement, debt and mortgage-free couple living in the Jefferson Valley area of New York. And our channel basically shows you how to live a full, abundant life without spending extra money. We have jam-packed this video with some helpful, encouraging, no-spend tips, how to get you ready for the low spend, no spend January we're all doing together. We've got a DIY, we have got a recipe, we're gonna get into the kitchen, and then a special surprise at the end. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. The first thing we're going to talk about is our low spend, no spend January. And I believe this is either the fourth or the fifth year Paul and I have been doing this. And what we want to do is just give you a little pep talk, maybe just give you some hints and tips on how to make this the most successful no spend, low spend January you've had. And if you're just jumping on board for the first time, you will love this. Basically what we do here, and we do it right along with you, is we take the month of January and we claim it a no spend, low spend. And what that means is we do not spend extra on non-essential purchases, just non-essential. You still need to buy food, medications, whatever you need, pay all your bills. That's not the spending we are cutting out. Those are necessary. Those you need to spend on. What we're cutting out is the extra, the frills, the eating out, the going to the movies, buying things we really don't need just because we want them. We cut out shopping online unless it is a necessity. We don't shop as a hobby during January. And why do we do this? Because at the end of the month, it is amazing how much money you will save if you just cut out non-essentials for 1 month. We wanted to share 5 tips, hints, and actions that have helped us be super successful on our low spend journey. Now, Paul and I are doing a low spend January. We do have Paul's birthday in January, and for the last 5 years, this guy has not gotten a present. He has not gotten anything. So I'm thinking maybe this year I may spend a little something on his birthday. For number 1, every journey will be different for your low and no spend. Our journey may not look like yours. You may have something very important coming up that month that you need to spend money on. That's fine. You know what you can and can't do. This is a challenge. There are no hard and fast rules. What we're trying to do, though, is basically eliminate or drastically cut down non-essential spending for the month of January. So number 1 is please don't compare your journey to anyone else's. It's going to be yours. So that's the first thing you have to understand. You're going to customize this so it works for you. Number 2, go easy on yourself. If you do slip up and make an impulsive spend, don't stop the challenge. Just start again the next day. There are 31 days in January, so we are hoping to get through all 31 with a very, very low spend. But if you slip up and maybe go through the drive-through, start again the next day. Don't say, oh, I failed, I'm not doing this. No, no, no. No failures. Maybe a setback, but no failures. Number 3, another tip that will help you be very successful in this journey is please don't binge buy before or after the challenge starts. What do I mean? Don't go out December 31st and go on a crazy shopping spree because you think you're not going to be able to buy for the month of January. That totally defeats the whole challenge. And don't go out February 1st and have a huge shopping spree. Again, you've just defeated the whole purpose of a no-spend January. Number 4, and this is very important, please plan ahead. Plan out your meals. Plan out free activities that you can do within your home and out of your home, and make your home cozy during this time too. During the month of January, we are cold here in the Northeast and the Midwest. We get some really cool temperatures. Make sure your home is stay at home ready. In other words, bring out those board games to play. Get some cozy blankets and pillows for the couch. Have a stay at home hot cocoa movie night. Pop some popcorn. Make your home inviting and warm so that you will not be tempted to leave the home to look for activities to do outside the home. But I will encourage you to go to the library. Our library has programs throughout January. They have some musicians, some book clubs, things like that. So look into that if you're interested. Go to the library, spend a couple hours, take out some books, some DVDs. But what we want to do is plan ahead. You want to make sure that you know what's in your freezer and your pantry so you can make yummy meals when you go food shopping for the week. Get those loss leaders so you are not running through the drive-through. Plan ahead, and you will have a very successful no spend January. And number 5, please have some kind of notebook or journal that you can keep track of everything in. I know I emphasize this a lot, but being organized and knowing where your money is going is so important, not only on No Spend January, but throughout the entire year. During the No Spend, Low Spend January, if you have a notebook, a planner, a bunch of pieces of paper that you have stapled together, it doesn't matter what it is. You need to keep track of your food inventory, your expense tracker, of things that you can do. I call them boredom busters. Fun things you can do when you feel like you're going to spend. You refer back to the journal and say, I have so many other fun things to do. I can read. I can do an art project. I can watch a movie. One of our favorite no spend things to do in the winter, and we've done it for Paul's birthday many, many years, and we'll probably do it again this year, is we make a thermos of either hot chocolate or coffee for him, tea for me. And we go down to the Hudson River and look for eagles, because this time of the year you can spot them beautifully. Be creative. If the temperature allows and it's warm enough, go for a walk outside, weather permitting. I mean, be cautious. If it's icy, snowy, you don't do that. But if you have a beautiful day, those of you down in the South, enjoy it. Have people over. These boredom busters all need to go in that controlled journal or that notebook, whatever you're using, to help you stay focused, organized, and not spend money. So we hope these 5 tips, hints, really encourage you to be on this no spend, low spend journey with us. If you have any questions about this, leave them down below. You know, Paul and I are happy to answer any questions. Paul and I just got back a couple days ago from a small trip to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Paul and I really don't exchange gifts at Christmas. We exchange very little. We love to do experiences instead. So we had saved up and we spent just a couple days there, and you know how much we love that area. And while we were there, we went to a local Goodwill. I always see on Pinterest and on other people's videos those beautiful wooden bowls that are filled with holiday decor. But I wanted one that would take us through the winter as well. Paul and I did some scouting, and we found what we think were some great items to create the wooden bowl centerpiece for our living room table. Well, I'm going to turn this camera around. We're going to let Paul show you what we bought and what he did with what we bought.
While we were in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, we stopped at a Goodwill store. What we found was this jar right here full of all kinds of little fun bells and holiday looking stuff for $3.99. The jar itself is pretty cool. and all that stuff in there. $3.99 for that. This beautiful wooden bowl. $2.99 for the wooden bowl. It was made in Japan, if you can believe that. What I'm going to do with this bowl after the holidays is I'm going to sand it all down and oil it, and we'll use it for decorations. We're not going to use it for food, but beautiful wooden bowl. And then this great little lantern here. I think we paid $1.99 for that. So with this collection of fun stuff that we got from Goodwill, we're going to make a seasonal centerpiece for our table. And we're going to use some things from around our house, like these little sprigs that I cut off of our arborvitae that's outside, a flicker candle, and we have some picks here. Let's see what we can make with all this. So this is what was inside that beautiful jar. Look at all this stuff. Look at those bells. The jar alone, I mean, look at that. For $3.99, that's a usable jar. You could wash that out and use it for something. All right, let's see what we can do.
I think it turned out absolutely beautiful. He really has an eye for it. So I just turned it over to him and, okay, you create this, and it's beautiful. And while we were in Lancaster, we were in another thrift store because that's what we love to do. One of our sweet viewers came up to us. So hi, Jen. It was so nice to meet you. I cannot encourage you enough. If you see us out and about, come up to us, say hello, because you know who we are. When we get to see an actual viewer, it just makes our hearts smile. So thank you, Jen, for coming up and just letting us know you watch our channel. We appreciate you so much. Christmas is in just a few days, and we are going to get into the kitchen now and create a cookie recipe that I found stuck in a recipe book. Now, it's in my handwriting, but I don't ever remember making this cookie. But we're going to do it today. Let's get into the kitchen and create some Christmas magic. So this is what we are making today, surprise cookies. And guess what? They are a total surprise because this is my handwriting. It looks like from a while ago, I was going through one of my old cookbooks and this was in there. And I was like, you know what? I have no idea what they taste like. I asked Paul, you don't remember these?
I do not remember these, no.
So I must have made them and I kept the recipe, so it must be good. Well, we're going to try it anyway. So these are all the ingredients we need. It looks like a very simple cookie, which is wonderful. In this cup, I have 1.5 cups all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. I've got 1/2 cup of white sugar, 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. I'm using semi-sweet. I have 1/2 cup of walnuts that I just kind of chopped up a little bit. And then this recipe called for a cup of candied fruit. I am doing 1/2 cup because I think this is just overload. What am I using for the candied fruit? Most of you know the traditional candied fruit is like glacé cherries or citron, that kind of stuff. I am using pitted amarena cherries from Italy. I buy these in Trader Joe's. They are amazing. They dress up desserts. They are packed in this really heavy syrup. They're similar to a maraschino, but so much better. Do you want to laugh? These are amarena cherries. Amarena means black cherry in Italian. So these are black cherries. So I thought that was kind of cute. That is what I am using. I just dried off some of the syrup and chopped them up. And of course, I removed the stems as well. But you could probably even use raisins, whatever you think would work best. We have 6 tablespoons of butter. I'm using salted butter because I noticed there was no salt in the recipe. I think this will just counteract all the sweetness really nicely, the salted butter. 1 egg and 3 tablespoons of orange juice. Going by the directions, this should come together very quick and easy because I have no recollection of this recipe. So let's begin. First thing I'm doing is just whisking all the dry ingredients together, and I'm going to put it in this bowl. I should have started with a bigger bowl, and then I would have one less thing to wash, but I didn't, and that's okay. So we're just going to give this a good whisk. Now it says to take our add-ins, which is the nuts, the chocolate chips, and our cherries, and we're going to cover this all with the flour. And we're just going to set this aside for a minute. I'm using my stand mixer, but you could use a hand mixer. And what you're going to do is mix the 6 tablespoons of butter with the half a cup of sugar. And we're going to mix this for about 2 minutes on medium. Our 2 minutes are up. I did stop in the middle and scrape the sides. Now we're going to add 1 egg and the 3 tablespoons of orange juice. And now we're just going to mix this for another 2 minutes. And now we're just going to add the dry ingredients. And now we're just going to fold this in. We finished folding everything in. You don't want to over mix it. Now we're going to put it into the refrigerator for 30 minutes. The cookie dough chilled for about 30 minutes. The dough is definitely stiff. What I'm going to do is just take spoonfuls, roll them, and put them on a parchment lined cookie tray. So I'm taking about a tablespoon and I'm just kind of putting it in my hand, giving it a little shape, and then putting it right down. So one tray is done. After you drop them onto the cookie sheet, you're going to put them back into the refrigerator for 15 minutes. So preheat your oven to 350 degrees, because after that 15 minutes is up, we're going to bake them for about 10 to 12 minutes, but always check them the earliest mark, which would be 10 minutes. This tray just came out of the oven. It cooked for 10 minutes. And at first I thought the tops didn't look done, but when I turn them over, they're perfect. So this was 10 minutes. They look beautiful. I'm going to transfer them to a wire rack now and let them cool completely. These cookies came out so beautiful. The insides are filled with all kinds of nuts and cherries. So delicious. What a great addition to your holiday tea time or to add to your cookie tray. These were definitely Paul approved. The surprise cookies were definitely a surprise. They were so good. I would definitely try raisins in these cookies. I think they would be phenomenal. I think any kind of dry fruit would work. The cherries were so good. They did overpower a lot of the flavor because they are very strong flavored cherries. But oh my goodness, I can't wait to serve them on Christmas Eve with our desserts. Paul and I would definitely tell you to give that recipe a try. For our final segment of the video, we just want to say thank you for a wonderful year here on YouTube. I know that we tell you all the time we appreciate you and that we love you so much, and we truly do. Now we want to give back just a little bit. Remember how I was talking about having a control journal or a notebook or something to help you throughout the year on your frugal journey? Well, we have a little giveaway for you. And those of you who stuck with us this far, let us show you what it is. So this is what one winner will receive. It's the Happy Planner. This is the classic size vertical layout, and it is completely undated. So you can start anytime. It comes with the monthly stickers, so you can put them on your tab, one in the front, one in the back. For every month, you have a month at a glance, and then you have your week at a glance. And it's divided into 3 sections every day. There's also a grid section here where you can take notes, meal plan, and here again a notes section. At the end of every month, you have your priorities, 1, 2, 3, important info that would go here, and then take note, anything you want to put in here. And then every month is just like a fun, inspirational quote. Bloom where you are planted, pretty florals, believe in the good. They're just lovely. There's 12 of them. I know this will be such a help on someone's financial no-spend January and throughout the entire year. I got this planner at Hobby Lobby. It sold originally for $29.99. Paul and I went to Hobby Lobby. We paid $7.49 for this. Not that I am trying to show you what I spent, but I want to show you. You wait for sales. You wait for things to go on clearance. Don't pay full price. We're being frugal. We're getting a $30 product for $7.50. And that's always a win. So we hope this blesses someone. So one lucky viewer will be receiving that Happy Planner journal. And I want you to understand, I wasn't telling you the price that we paid just to show what we paid, but I wanted you to see how if you wait and you are patient, you can find exactly what you need at a much lower price. In this case, it was like over 75% off. That's just a good frugal tip. What are the rules to enter? You must be subscribed to our channel. You must be over the age of 18. YouTube is not sponsoring this giveaway, and Happy Planner is in no way a sponsor of ours. This is just something we bought for you. We have to limit it to the continental United States though, and I know those of you across the pond from us understand that, and we appreciate you. Thank you. And you must void where prohibited. To be entered, please leave us a comment down below telling us what are you doing for the holiday. No matter what holidays you are celebrating, what are you all doing? We would love to hear your plans. We're going to be doing the Feast of the Seven Fishes here at our house on Christmas Eve. So that's how we're starting our holiday. Even if you are celebrating by yourself, please know that you are loved and appreciated. There will be no video next week. We are going to take the week of Christmas off just to be with our families. It's such a precious time of year, so we will be taking next week off. We will pick our winner Thursday, January 2nd at 9 a.m. and then we will show the clip on January 3rd, which will be our next video. So make sure you come back then. Paul and I want to wish you all a very happy and healthy holiday season. Whatever holiday you are celebrating, we want you to enjoy. Be present. Put your phones down when you are with family and friends. Enjoy them. Enjoy them. And we wish you a happy and healthy 2025 and beyond. We ask that you please give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. We would love to have you part of our frugal family. And while we're gone next week, watch some of our older videos. I think we have almost 500 videos on this channel. So go watch a couple. We ask you to be well. We ask you to be safe. And above all, we wish you blessings. Until our next video, may God greatly bless you. Merry Christmas, everyone.